Hey guys, and welcome to the third episode of the 12 Days of Switchmas, and I would say from here on out, the rest of the games in this series are at the very least great, like at least an 8 out of 10. And SpongeBob Titans of the Tide was surprisingly good. I feel like it was Purple Lamp Studios' best outing yet. They improved a lot of the flaws that Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated and Cosmic Shake had. There are so many fun mechanics in this game, and I really like the mechanic where you switch between SpongeBob and Patrick. Similar to previous games, SpongeBob and Patrick both have different abilities, like SpongeBob being able to blow bubbles and karate kick, and Patrick being able to burrow into the ground and grapple. I feel like the levels were designed really well to where you could swap between characters on the fly, and I feel like this was handled a lot better than how other games handle swapping between characters. A lot of the time it can be clunky or unnecessary. Here, it feels like a really fun and satisfying mechanic. I also really like the puzzles as well, and they are a great way of breaking up the platforming sections. There's also a decent amount of side quests too, and some hidden collectibles, which add to the amount of content in this game. I would say there's definitely a decent amount of content in this game, despite the fact that the main campaign is short. There's also some extra challenges as well, which are pretty fun, and some are even reminiscent of the ones from the movie game. I also really like the aesthetics and vibes in this game too. It takes the SpongeBob style and mixes it with a whimsical, eerie, and spooky-esque vibe, kind of comparable to the Luigi's Mansion games, and I really like how they handle the different environments here. Like, there's a frozen-over version of Jellyfish Fields, and Bikini Bottom is completely destroyed, and I really like how, like, King Neptune's palace is as well. It's just a really nice-looking game. Though, I would say it doesn't look the best on the Switch 2. I would say on other platforms it definitely looks better. I would say it's fine on the Switch 2. But in terms of the Switch 2, the game ran decently for the most part. I think it did get some patches, so it does run a little better, but there are some times where the game can chug, and it seems like the game wasn't optimized super well. There are times where the frame rate can dip quite a lot, and that did kind of make the experience a bit off for me, so unfortunately there is that with the Switch 2 version, but I feel like they have been improving it lately, so this is something that could get better over time. I feel like this goes to show that a lot of developers haven't had enough time to optimize their games on the Switch 2. I really hope this is only a year one issue, because it seems like Nintendo has sent out dev kits a little too late. I think that's partially why some games are taking a while to come to Switch 2, as well as some games not being optimized very well. I think the Switch 2 is a pretty capable system. It's clearly able to run things like Assassin's Creed Shadows or Cyberpunk 2077, so something like SpongeBob Titans of the Tide is probably easily able to run on the Switch 2 without any issues. But it's just unfortunate that it seems like the developers haven't had enough time to fully work with the hardware here. But at least this does run significantly better than how Cosmic Shake ran on the Switch 1. That was pretty rough. This is still a competent experience at least. But moving on, I wanted to talk about the story, characters, and writing. I thought the writing in this game was pretty funny. In a lot of ways, it does remind me a lot of classic SpongeBob, but it does have a hint of that modern SpongeBob energy to it. So I feel like it's something that every SpongeBob fan can find enjoyment in. And I really like seeing a lot of characters that we usually don't see in the SpongeBob franchise, or we haven't seen in quite a while, like Squilliam or Mindy, so it was pretty cool to see them here. And the story is pretty funny as well. Basically, you have to save Bikini Bottom by getting the Flying Dutchman and King Neptune to stop fighting. It's pretty funny, and I definitely enjoyed it. Though I wish they used the movie design for King Neptune. I understand that there is some, like, weird guidelines and legal issues and things, but I think the movie design for King Neptune is a little more iconic. But anyways, I really enjoyed this game. I definitely feel like this is one of the best SpongeBob games, and I definitely recommend checking it out. If you want to see more about my thoughts on this game, you can check out my full review, which I'll link in the description. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!